Okay, how do you feel about boy moms?
The relationship between mother and son has long been attempted to be tackled.
Hello, Psycho.
Psycho, Oedipus.
Arrested Development.
Yeah, mom's awesome. Hello, everybody. We are back. We are so back. Welcome back to And Just Like Yap. We are moving on from It Just Like That because the world has moved on.
We're moving from the woman to the girlfriend.
Oh my. We are starting a new series. We are going to recap the trailer of The Girlfriend, which is a new thriller series that is coming out on Prime on September 10th. The show is going to come out like all at once because it's a streaming series. So we're going to do our best to get these recaps out as quickly as possible. I am fully able to binge a show in one day, but I'm not fully able to process it and analyze it in one day.
Our brain is soup. Yeah. You don't want that.
We're watching a lot of other stuff too. This show is also based on a book by Caroline, help me.
Michelle Francis.
We have actually not read the book, even though it is in my home. Partially out of being too busy, and partially out of, I was like, if it's a thriller, I want to be thrilled in the moment and have that reaction to it. But maybe we'll start reading it while we're watching. Maybe we'll read it after. Maybe we'll never read it at all. We'll see.
Ooh, maybe we'll read, if there's a sexy scene or something, we'll find the passage in the book and then read
That's
the
a good
passage.
Idea.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Like
yeah, we'll veer into romance novel smut territory for those of y'all who like that. Okay, great. So we're going to start recapping this trailer. As always, we have our amazing screenshots to guide us along the way. So right out of the gate, we see Olivia Cooke, and I think this guy's name is Laurie Davidson?
Laurie Davidson, yeah.
Laurie Davidson.
And we know Olivia Cooke from House of Dragon.
Correct. Yes, House of the Dragon, which, Caroline, have you watched that show?
I jumped off that train after the train wreck of the finale of Game of Thrones. I said, see ya.
Yeah, I hear you. I weirdly have watched that show, even though fantasy is not usually my favorite genre, but Olivia Cooke is really, really, really excellent in that show, so I'm very excited. Laurie Davidson I was not familiar with, but Caroline, take it away.
And now, here's where my memory of seeing this film we're about to discuss that he was in, I kept thinking he was the cat I wanted to fuck, but he wasn't. He was Mistopheles in Cats, the 2019 no butthole cut version that Andy and I saw together. I think it was the last movie I saw in theaters before the pandemic.
It was absolutely
and I think that
the last movie I saw in theaters, yes.
Cats was the ripple in the time continuum that has gotten us to this point, and we won't be resolved until we get the butthole cut.
I agree with you. Cats definitely, it messed something up. It ruined the fabric of the universe. And my memory of seeing Cats with Caroline was that everybody in the audience seemed very tense. Nobody had started laughing yet, even though it was objectively a ridiculous movie, until Caroline could not hold it in and just let out a cackle at one point, and it broke all the tension, and suddenly everybody in the theater was like, oh, let's all have a good time.
And then we had an amazing time. My other favorite thing before we go back to The Girlfriend is that we're just talking about cats. Is that Tom Hooper said that he wanted, so the set is to the scale of what it would be to a cat, all the objects on the set. Isn't that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to The Girlfriend. We have these two main characters who are Cherry, Olivia Cooke, and then Laurie Davidson is Daniel. We don't know how they met, but they are hooking up very furiously. It is hot. It is very hot. They're having a good time. It looks great. And then it cuts to, they're having some conversation of what now? And Olivia Cooke is like, do I have to meet the parents? Jokingly, but obviously we know she is about to meet the parents. Mother played by Robin Wright, who has had such an interesting career. Jenny in Forrest Gump, whatever.
Buttercup
Buttercup in The Princess Diaries. By the way,
Princess Diaries, Princess Bride.
Oh my God, Princess Bride! I didn't even notice. Quick aside about the Princess Bride. So we have this like back porch room in our apartment, and we can see into our next door neighbor's yard, and like at least once a year at the end of summer, they will put like a big movie screen and invite friends over to watch. And so last year it was Stop Making Sense, the Talking Heads documentary. And this year it was The Princess Bride. And so Jim and I were like in our porch room, like mooching off of their big screen backyard Princess Bride screening. And I almost blew our cover because Jim had weirdly never seen The Princess Bride. And when Mandy Patinkin shows up, I, of course, screamed, "Jim, that's Mandy Patinkin!" and Jim was like, "Shh."
It makes me think of in Bridesmaids when they're doing the workout behind the tree.
Yes.
And the guy is, and the instructor's like, "I see you!" Like, you're behind the tree. Yeah, that's very...
I know, and then they pretend to start dancing.
Yeah. He's like, "You're not dancing in the park?"
Robin Wright is Daniel's mother, and she's saying, "I have never heard him speak about anybody like this," to her friend. We see Cherry meeting, I'm assuming that's his father, stepfather, I don't know, some sort of father figure in his life.
Mandy Patinkin vibes.
Yes, very Mandy, definitely off-brand, store-brand Mandy Patinkin, for sure. And then we have this moment where there's some art in Robin Wright's beautiful home.
Sure.
And Cherry is like, "Ooh, it's unusual. Is it a Caspian Alexander?" She says it is. It's gentle but violent. And we obviously see this like art magazine that is out. So we are to infer that Robin Wright is like, ooh, she just read this on the art magazine that's out and is like playing me a little bit. What did you think about this moment?
It made me start to think about, I was like, oh, so we're having like dramatic monster-in-law vibes.
Yes.
Like a little bit with Jane Fonda and J-Lo. It made me start to think, okay, how do you feel about boy moms?
Oh boy.
That's what I think is we're going to be rubbing up against this a lot this show.
We are. I have a lot to say about that. From the perspective of somebody who has worked in retail, I don't know, little boys are just programmed to destroy. A lot of the time. So I don't think it's easy to be the mother of a little boy. But what you're more focusing on, I'm assuming what your question is about, is the relationship that adult men have with their mothers.
Yeah.
And, oh boy, that's a tough... It's a tough area. It's a tough area.
I mean, it even starts, like, I'll see some people posting, like, in general on social media, they call their son their boyfriend. And I'm like, that's such a weird, I think, dynamic to play into from the start.
Yes.
So it's like, stuff like this gives me anxiety a little bit, that I'm like, oh, God, this is, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good.
It's not. There's a part of this trailer that's about to come up that is about to make me reference something absolutely from Sex and the City that has to do with boy moms and boundaries, and I think you're going to immediately know what I'm getting at when we see it.
Oh, yeah, we know Trey and Bunny are OG boy mom.
Correct. Yeah. So, yeah, it's a rich area of discussion.
It's a rich tapestry.
It is a rich tapestry.
That continues to be woven more and more every day. Like, it'll be... I'm trying to think what the famous tapestry is in France. There's like it's like that, but it's like the Bayeux tapestry. No, it's something. My French teacher is... No, she's not watching this. She's going to yell at me.
She's not watching. You don't know. Maybe she is. What's her name?
Madame Crest.
Oui, bonbon. All right, so Cherry is like maybe playing Robin Wright's mom character. What is her name? I need to call her by her actual name. Laura. So Cherry is maybe playing Laura a little bit. And then obviously we get the dramatic gothic text, "There are two sides." We see Cherry spitting in the coffee of someone named Elliot. We don't know why or who Elliot is.
He probably deserves it.
I know, honestly. Probably. I don't know. I don't know if this shot was supposed to tell us that, like, she's a little bit devious, but, like, I don't know. Elliot seems like he deserves to have his coffee spat.
Yeah.
And then we get the title, The Girlfriend. We see Cherry hit a tennis ball into, I'm assuming, a friend of the family's crotch.
Of course.
While we hear her voiceover of Cherry asking her mother what is wrong with loving someone who has money. And the mother is like, they'll never marry you. So clearly we're seeing that, like, Daniel's family comes from a lot of money, and it looks like Cherry's family does not. So there's also that added dynamic of, like, disparity in wealth class. That's always, again, a very rich area to mine. And we get a whole bunch of voiceovers here. I don't really know who's speaking, but, like, someone is saying, I'd be careful. And Robin Wright is, you know, looking over at Cherry and is very suspicious.
It feels a lot like the vibes of her character on House of Cards. Did you watch House of Cards?
We watched...
Pre-canceled.
We watched up until Robin Wright and Kevin Spacey have a threesome with their, like, security.
Classic.
And
that classic plot.
And I think it was because at that point, like, already so many crazy things had happened, but, like, that happened, and I was like, oh my, what the fuck? So I think we stopped watching after that because I think we were just like, this show is too much. But yeah, I mean, very similar energy of a character of, like, she was kind of always, like, watching and trying to, like, trying to suss out what's going on.
She was rowing a lot. I always remember there were shots of her on the rowing machine.
Yes, rowing thoughtfully. He also rowed as well, and then she would also be, like, running through graveyards, like, working some stuff out in her exercise. You know how people do. And then we see this crazy shot. There's a voiceover saying he doesn't even know who you are, presumably talking about Cherry. And Cherry is holding a knife over some piece of flesh. I assume it's an animal because it kind of looks like an animal.
Sure, yeah.
I also think that the trailer is trying to, like, scare us, obviously, but, like, it does seem like maybe this has something to do with, like, butchering meat more than it does killing somebody with a knife, but it does have a very Dexter vibe to it because she's wearing a plastic poncho.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely like a misdirect of some kind. So we'll see when we get this shot in the show what actually is going on here. But of course, it's trying to make us think that Cherry is not all that she sees. She's not so maraschino.
Oh, no, Caroline. I love it. I loved it so much. And then Cherry is feeling herself in the mirror. Love this vibe. She looks amazing. There was also, like, a rhythmic perfume spray along to the music that I really enjoyed.
Although I am annoyed, if you look at the necklace, why did they not have her move the back of the necklace around before the shot?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's annoying. That is actually kind of annoying.
I want to go up to her and
just, like, be like, oh, real quick.
Yeah.
That's, like, that's
great.
Such a pet peeve of mine, too, especially, like, if I take a picture, like, and I've, like, for one time in my life, like what I look like in a picture, my necklace will always be the wrong way. Laura's friend returns, and they are plotting because they don't trust Cherry, so they're like, let's see if we can push her buttons. End up setting off the sprinklers on Cherry while she's laying out. And then Daniel and Cherry are, like, talking about, like, what the problem is, and Cherry's like, I'm not good enough for your mom, and he's like, I love you for you. It's funny because, like, you forget already that, like, that Daniel's even in this. This. Because it's clearly about, like, these two women and their feud.
Yeah, it's a reminder that men are an accessory, and they should be reminded of that constantly.
They should be, yes. They are the B plot.
Some might say the D plot.
Yeah, they might be. They might be.
The dick plot.
Yeah, the dick plot. Not a single misfire coming from you.
Well, it's 92 degrees in LA, so I'm just, like, fighting minds.
There's a lot of knives going on in this show. Definitely Chekhov's knife set. Cherry is pulling out a knife. Next shot, she's got a meat cleaver. I am theorizing that either Cherry has worked as a butcher or she comes from a butcher family.
What if she's a descendant of Sweeney Todd?
Oh. Yeah, let's go down that road. Okay, now my friend.
Is it a little priest? Is it a little son?
Grocer, it's green. Yeah, so maybe Robin Wright is gonna get put into a pie. We'll see. She's cleaving meat with her possible future mother-in-law, and then we get this wild shot of Robin Wright, telling her son, like, I don't think she is who you think she is. I'm just trying to protect you. And she, like, goes to, like, I don't know, fix his shirt or do something loving, but, like, it definitely looks a little, like, violent and weird. And Daniel's like, you're smothering me. And now we have a little tease of the fact that Laura is taking some sort of blue pill, washing it down with a glass of red wine. So
always good.
Always good. Always means you're going to be in your right frame of mind. So I think we're starting to tease the idea that, like, maybe some of the paranoia is driven by the combination of a drug that you're probably not supposed to take alcohol with.
Yeah.
Don't operate heavy machinery, and, like, don't make assumptions about your son's girlfriend. So we're teasing that, like, there may be that element to it. And then we get the scene that immediately I was like, Bunny and Trey, Bunny and Trey, Bunny and Trey.
Oh.
Like,
yeah.
Trey being sick or Trey being in the tub, like when Charlotte opens the door and, like, Bunny's just sitting with Trey while he's in the bath. And the father figure voiceover is like, your obsession with Daniel has to stop. So yeah, this immediately, like, not that it's, like, necessary. I don't know. I'm not a boy mom. I grew up with a sister, so I don't know what the vibe is between, like, a mom and a grown son. But, like, I mean, he's only shirtless in his bed, but, like, it does still feel a little weird and intimate, obviously.
That he's like, yeah, she's sitting on the bed with him in the bedroom. It's giving incest vibes just a bit. And we know incest has been very hot in the culture in the last, like, year or two on TV.
Oh,
I mean, Game of Thrones even, too. So, like,
for sure.
Yeah.
It's one of those classic taboo topics that gets pulled out a lot for shock value in shows, for sure. And it's, a horrible thing that happens in real life. But, yeah, so, like, Cherry walks in and is like, oh, hey. And then we get this shot of Robin Wright watching the two of them very intimately kiss in what seems like the same scene. Like, so I guess Cherry has entered the room and is giving him a kiss. And she's saying, if you heard my side of the story, you would see it differently. And then we get from Cherry's perspective, she is looking at Laura while she is kissing. I just don't know why Laura would still be in the room if they are kissing this intimately. It's not a peck on the mouth. Like, it is a full...
I don't know. Now I'm wondering, I'm like, are Laura and Cherry gonna kiss ever?
I mean, I would not mind if Laura and Cherry kiss. That would be fine with me. Just, like, don't involve Daniel in that, obviously.
Yeah, please, keep him out of it.
Laura is reporting back to her friend that, like, she looked me dead in the eye while they were kissing, and her friend's like, are you sure you're not imagining that? So we've got the pill and the wine and two sides to everything. So it's possible that there's some sort of, like, hallucinating going on.
Yeah.
Again,
not everything is as it seems.
No. Yeah, like, whose perspective are we seeing this through? And then we see that Laura is doing some digging on Cherry. So my theory that she was a butcher was sort of dashed by this, because clearly she is a sales agent, and the house in the background of this website seems to indicate that she works in real estate.
Looking at these pictures, I'm like, what angle did they take these headshots from? Because they look like they're taking them from above. Like, they look like little bugs.
Also, I just noticed that the person next to Cherry is named Pandora Henry. We can see next to Pandora is Elliot. I'm assuming that is the Elliot whose coffee that she spit in the previous shot. So, I mean... you were correct. He deserves it. Based on this picture, I would spit in his coffee. We get... classic horror thriller shot of one of the main characters screaming primally, losing their shit. This is like just the feeling that this image evokes, like
it's like guttural.
It
visceral.
Is guttural. It makes me want to scream this way. Like it looks like it like feels really good, especially if you're dealing with your future mother-in-law who hates you. We also get this wild moment of Cherry punching some other guy in the face. We have not met this guy. I don't know who he is. He could be an ex-boyfriend. He could be a brother of Daniel. I have no idea who this person is.
He's in the financial bro uniform. He's got the vest and then the blue long sleeve and khakis.
He's probably wearing Sperry's, some boating shoes on the bottom. And it looks like maybe Robin Wright is watching this. Like, I think that's her shoulder. Unclear.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Cherry's getting violent. She's punching somebody right in the jaw. We get a shot of Cherry, like, seemingly drowning. And then the next shot, I didn't catch it, but the next shot is like Robin Wright, like walking down the stairs of a yacht, seemingly ignoring her drowning. I don't know if this is just magic of editing, but like, yeah, something's going on. Laura is saying to Daniel that he has to choose, and he's like, what the fuck? I'm your son. That's like a crazy thing to say to me. Once again, reminder that Daniel is a character in the show. Flashes of little scenes coming. This to me looks like they're in some sort of moving truck. Like it looks like a U-Haul type, like a British U-Haul, perhaps.
I don't know. It looks like the Sprinter vans the housewives take to me. The seats and stuff like that. I was like, oh, I'm familiar with the interior that I'm seeing here.
Yeah, unclear. But, you know, obviously the voiceover here is you have to let him go. He's all I've got. That's why, to me, I'm like, maybe the father figure we saw is not Daniel's father. Maybe he's a stepfather, because if Laura's saying, like, her son is all she's got.
And I'm sure we'll find out then, like, what happened to his dad. Laura probably had something to do with it.
Yes.
Like, there's some, like, other detail.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, there always is. There's always those other details. And then we get this creepy-ass shot of Laura holding a tattered bear, wearing a little sweater that says Mama Bear. This is just, like, classic, like, mom off her rocker in a thriller kind of shot. Did you have something to say about this?
I mean, it's just dark-sided. I don't know. It's just more of this, boy mom stuff that scares me.
I know.
I don't want boy moms to be scary, but boy moms can be scary.
They can be. They really can be. The relationship between mother and son has long been attempted to be tackled.
Hello, Psycho.
Psycho, Oedipus.
Arrested Development.
Yeah. Yeah, mom's awesome.
I got my medals at war, mother.
The seal is for marksmanship and the gorilla is for sand race. Then we get this crazy image.
I know.
Right before this, Cherry's mother, who seemingly is at the same place that Cherry was butchering some piece of flesh, is in a similar outfit at seemingly the same location. So this is why I'm thinking that she comes from, like, a butcher family.
Sure. Yeah.
And Cherry's mother is very ominously saying, like, if my daughter has her sight on something, you best not interfere. Like, she goes after what she wants. And then we see this crazy shot of Laura is in an art gallery that's clearly a picture of her. I don't know if she herself is an artist or somebody painted this of her.
Yeah.
But someone has written liar over the top, which, you know, scary. Scary.
And then here's my tinfoil hat, and thinking about, because I went to the Mean Girls school of Regina George. She could have also done this to make it look like Cherry. Because, like, when we get the misdirect of Regina George writing in the burn book, and you think, and then you find out it's her,
Yeah, it could
incredible.
be. She could have also done it after taking her, like, blue pill and glass of wine, a la Fight Club, you know, like, you just don't know. You just don't know with these thrillers, Caroline.
No.
And then, like, Daniel comes out to the pool and is like, my two favorite ladies. And then the two of them look at each other like, I can't fucking stand your guts. And that is where we get the title, The Girlfriend. gothic font.
girlfriend.
The girlfriend. Gothic font reflecting in the water. It's very dramatic.
You know, like it has my favorite vibes of like Big Little Lies and like Hunting Wives that I'm watching now. It's just like, it's very rich and so like there's nothing deep to it, which I appreciate. It is what it is.
Yes. I love a thriller. I absolutely love a thriller. I love reading them. I love watching them. You know, they are often disappointing in that, like, the buildup of, like, what you're about to be thrilled by often. There are only so many, like, plot devices you can use, and I'm always very, very impressed when there is, like, a twist or a plot device that I'm like, that actually got me. Like, I was not expecting that. Or I was expecting it, but I still think it's brilliant. We're really looking forward to recapping this. There has not been a lot of buzz about it yet. Caroline, you have a theory that they're trying to sort of piggyback this on the Summer I Turned Pretty.
Because Summer I Turned Pretty, Conrad Nation, if you want my thoughts, you can go to my Substack. I don't know that I recommend it, but it's there. But I do think because it's getting, like, the viewership, I think they said it's, like, primarily from women 25 to 54. It's, like, 25 million people. So it would make sense that they would drop this, like, along with that. So we'll see. Like, I'm a little nervous and worried it's going to get buried against that because it's, like, I don't know. My corner of the internet is like Summer I Turned Pretty, like all over it. So I'm hoping that this breaks through the noise. But I'm very excited to see. I love a sexy thriller. We need more. I've always welcomed more. I welcome more women-led things. It looks like it's mostly a female-run production, so that excites me.
I did like start to see some like rumors that like SJP is trying to do something with carrying on the Sex and the City
legacy
universe, and I'm like, can we just be done?
Can we like take a beat? Like if we're gonna do something like that, like let's take a breath. Like we need to let's like forget what happened before we can. I would like one more moment just to feel. I can't think that I ended my time with the women with Miranda on her knees scrubbing poop in her bathroom. Like I know. That can't be the end. Like that can't.
It cannot. That being said, I don't know if we're gonna get a satisfying end without Samantha. I just feel like if we're gonna tie up all the loose ends, like that one is still remaining. But we will cross that cursed bridge when we come to it. For now,
okay,
go ahead.
Here's my pitch. It's a movie all about Samantha, and then they come in at the end.
I'd be down with that.
So it's like everything that's been happening to Samantha during and just like that, and then they come in at the end.
That would be really, really funny. And every time she gets a text from Carrie, like the text that we've seen on our end, she's just like, oh, God, what the fuck?
Why didn't I block her? Yeah.
She's like, what fresh hell is this? Why didn't I block her? We will be back once the show drops. It drops on September 10th. We are going to get all the episodes at once, and Caroline and I are going to do our best to recap them as quickly as we can.
And remember to follow us on Instagram, TikTok. We're there. Yeah.
We are there, and we love you all. We're excited to be back, and we will see you soon. Bye.